Hi, you're watching How to Draw Really Good, and I'm your teacher Oliver, aged 24, and today we're going to be drawing a golden star. Hopefully you all sat the drawing tests that I uploaded and got full marks, and if you did, the prize was actually I uploaded the outline of a golden star and you had to print it out and colour it in yourself and then attach it to yourself. And a lot of people had difficulties and problems with that, so I'm going to do this tutorial to kind of explain how I drew it and different techniques you can use to professionally colour that star in. So let's begin. You want to first imagine that you are a starfish without a face, and then obviously you have 10 sides that make you up. So for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to assume that each of those two sides represents one limb of the starfish. And obviously you have 5 limbs. I'm going to call them arms for the purpose of this tutorial. But honestly, who knows whether they are arms, legs or heads. As you can see, I'm doing it all in one line without actually stopping. And the reason for this is the faster and more accurately you draw it. You want to use straight lines, by the way, obviously. The more accurate and professional your starfish will look. So now we have a whole platoon of stars. I'm going to teach you a few different techniques you can use to colour those in a 3D yellow effect. Now obviously if you're quite advanced with painting, you want to use a fill technique, and for that you simply want to choose a 3D gold yellow colour and then just fill with the bucket tool the inside of one of the stars. Now for this second technique, we're actually going to use the paintbrush tool and we're going to colour the inside of the star in a 3D yellow, but we're going to be really careful not to go over the lines, and this will lead to a much more detailed image than the fill tool would. Don't be discouraged if you don't have professional results straight away, because it takes a long time to master the art of the paintbrush tool. Now we're going to use a traditional medium with a digital spin. We're going to use the graffiti spray tool and we're just going to graffiti the yellow onto the star. Now this is the most fun tool you can find in professional art programs, and obviously if you master it you can become a graffiti king like me. For the fourth star we're actually going to use the pencil tool. The pencil tool takes a lot longer to do and it's for the finer details. So you want to kind of just scribble in the colour for the star and it'll lead to a much more detailed and professional looking star, almost scientific. In fact, I think this is the same technique that NASA and most astronomers use for colouring in stars. I've no idea what the fifth technique was going to be, so I'm just going to quickly spray the final star in, because you need to remember that if art isn't fun, it isn't art, it is maths. And who enjoys maths? So yeah. Actually, one final technique you can do is you can take the 4D blur color effect from the Sonic tutorial and you can apply it to the main filled star and get a 4D, maybe even 5D effect on your star. Fantastic! So that's finished. So you want to add your name and age on there and it will be complete. Now actually, I've heard from Neef and he managed to get 5 out of 5 on the first test. I'm not sure how many attempts he had at doing it, but he's actually had a go at drawing his own star. So let's have a look how he got along. Oh dear. Well, he seems to have taken it too literally with the starfish and actually put a face on his star. And there's also a comic book bubble saying nailed it. Obviously stars don't speak and don't have faces, so he's messed up twice there. There are multiple different colours going on the star. There's like a yellow, a creamy colour, and then like a dirty yellowy green colour. So I'm not really sure what he was thinking there. Actually, you know, what I find most offensive about this picture is that if stars could actually talk, I'd really like to believe they'd say something a lot more profound than nailed it. So I do find this piece actually quite offensive. Well, hopefully next time Neef will learn to draw really good. Thank you.